Morning.
Hi, Dave.
Oh, Dave.
What?
Good.
I've got a stinking cold, which I've had for a week. I've had for a week.
Oh no.
Don't get too close. Oh, that's a good sign.
Jeez.
Looks like overdone fruit.
You would know, dear.
Oh, the bitch is back.
I might have a cold, but it hasn't got rid of my my sweet tongue.
Obviously not, dear. Obviously not.
It's only retaliating to you. So Bobo's been having a good week?
Yeah, he has. He should be coming in a bit later. Yeah. Yeah.
He's got his girlfriend out now, so he should be happy.
Yeah, he'll probably tell you that she had to be tested the moment she landed, but they didn't get the results for 6 hours. So you can imagine he hasn't seen it for 2 years, and they're obviously in the hotel, having a good time probably, but they couldn't sleep because they had to wait. If she tested positive, they're going to yank her away.
He probably didn't want to sleep.
So better have a quick one then. Would have been quickie.
I know. Yeah. Funny. Well, it all worked out. It's the main thing.
Oh, it's great. She's okay.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah. Okay, everybody's quiet today because our anchorman is not even in yet. What's up with him?
Where is he?
He said he's having trouble getting in.
Every week. Yeah. I'll send it to his email.
I wonder why it was so quiet.
Yeah.
We got Foodie quiet and Steve Walker was trying to get in.
What about Brad Maxwell? His name's
tried.
there.
Was that Steve Walker or Steve what?
It was Steve Walker.
Right, he's in.
Well, Brad's in, but he's not.
Yeah.
Not talking.
He's not in.
Talking now. Yeah. It's all right.
Pete,
We'll get this
Pete,
figured out.
Pete, did you watch the Man U game this morning?
Yeah.
Was that a penalty on Ronaldo? I thought it was.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I was surprised he didn't give it.
There's been a spate of they seem to have spent this week easing up on penalties. There's been a lot that looked like they were going to be given that haven't been given, and then others where previously there was a lot of big argument about them have been given. They seem to change the rules on them week by week to satisfy the the supporters.
I wonder why they're having trouble getting in.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Well, Brad appears to be in, but he's
Yeah.
can't. No, he's
We won't worry about it. Well, they'll get him.
Morning.
Yes. On Steve.
Morning, Steve.
morning.
Crew bar director's in. You good?
Yeah, I had a bit of trouble getting in there.
So when you say trouble, when you say trouble, what the link just wouldn't work, or?
Yeah, and I could see you. I couldn't hear you, and I couldn't get my video up.
Okay, then it's obviously operator error. That's okay.
Okay, John. That's it.
Did you see that pop-up message from Brad?
No,
Yeah. Yeah, he's coming in later.
I'll not be a second. I'm just going to get some to drink.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
It's a bit early for you, isn't it, Steve? Oh, here he is.
I know he's on his iPad. He's got problems with his laptop. Isn't that right, Dave? Hello, David.
Same problem as what I had.
There we go. Hello, morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's your laptop, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, I'm still going to try the email on the laptop, on the iPad, Johnny. But yeah, I'd rather get in than not at all.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Why don't you get yourself a drone, Dave? Like the
use
Brentford fans.
I'll use the Brentford one.
Yeah,
Head.
Right, hang on. I want.
we'll book it this week for you.
There we are. That's good. Oh, I can see everybody now. That's all
Ted's
right.
coming.
Is he?
Morning,
Yeah.
Macca. Morning, Debbie.
Good morning, David.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Very
Morning,
well.
David.
Lovely to see you. That's
Oh,
good.
thank you.
Good. We got Alistair.
Yeah,
Oh,
morning, Dave.
and Steve. Well, quick one on the football. Obviously, Stephen, you're very happy at the very last minute. And morning, Ted. Evening, Ted. There he is. There he is. Very well.
Evening, Ted. Morning, Ted. Evening, Ted.
How are you? Good to see you, Debbie.
I said,
Thank you.
Hi, Pete.
good.
Where does Ted live?
Where does Ted work?
Where does he live?
I live
Sydney,
in,
Ted?
Yeah, I live near the Intersection Hotel, Ramsgate.
Mhm.
We nearly asked to see you the other night. When was it? Last night?
Last night. We were going to St. George's Club last night,
But we didn't end up going.
Yeah,
Me
thank
too.
where
you.
you got married, but we didn't go. I
Yeah,
was going to text you.
that's a shame. We went to their Christmas, their New Year's Eve function. Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, you sat next to friends of ours because they recognise your
Yeah.
white suits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, our English friends were there.
That's a giveaway, isn't it?
You look like the mafia going in.
Never a dull day. Yeah, we got
Ted,
you go on,
When was your wedding, Ted? What date and that?
April 2018.
Lovely.
Yeah.
4 years. God,
So
it's gone fast.
I'll get Sandra just to say quick hello. She's minding the grandkids. You got a moment, sweetie? Come and say hello to everyone. These the boys of the crew.
Hello.
I wish you.
Hello.
Hi.
Good day.
Good day.
Nice to have another female.
Lovely. You've been left doing the washing up, have you?
Yeah, I don't often do it. Ted usually does it, but he's slacking this afternoon. So.
Same here. Brilliant.
We both got good news. So Sandra's youngest daughter is expecting a baby next month, and so is mine. So there's two babies, two grandchildren on their way within.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Bear with me. I'm going to swap over, Colonel. Should be coming on the laptop in 1 second.
Yeah, next week or tonight. Turn that thing on like 5 hours ahead of time.
Yes, Johnny. Oh, hey, Pete. There we are. The first, first bollocking of the crew bar again.
Yeah, especially as we're going to have. Well, there'll be two of you in there here now.
I know, it'd be marvelous.
Yeah, no. Well, there'll be feedback.
Double bubble.
Here he comes. Double bubble.
Hi, Brad.
I'm gonna.
Hey guys, how are we all?
Good, Bradley.
Brad.
Hello, Ollie.
You're looking well, Brad.
Look, it's been a very good week for me personally. So yeah, got some interesting news to share with you later on.
Oh, good.
Lovely.
Yeah.
As long as it's good. We need good news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's got good news.
Yeah.
Very well.
So are both the babies going to be in Sydney? Are they
Yeah,
kids
yeah,
in
not
Sydney?
far. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Both of us
good.
close by. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that'll keep you busy.
Yeah,
Too
well,
bad.
hopefully. Yeah, we've just been to Angela's baby shower this afternoon at
Morning, everyone.
They're not the first ones, are they?
No, I've got 4 already. This is Ted's first grandchild.
You look far too young to have 4.
Yeah. It's an illusion.
Hi, Brendan.
How are you guys?
Brendan.
Brendan.
How are you?
Good to see you, Alistair, too. I said, I hadn't seen you for years now. I said, you look well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think last time was Arcadia, 1978.
Yeah, something like that.
No, Sea Princess. You're both on together.
Were we?
I'm sure you. Were you on Sea Princess, Al?
I
was
on sea.
Yeah, well, Ted was. Ted was.
Yeah.
Ted was.
All right.
Ted was navigator.
The memory's going.
It must have been one of those cruises with Paddy Reed, was it?
Quick question to Ted's wife. Where are you from in UK, Ted's wife? You've not just told us your name.
Oh, me, Sandra.
Sandra.
I'm from Yorkshire.
Yorkshire. It sounded familiar. Over the other side of the boundary to me,
All right, where are you from?
near Manchester.
Oh, very good. Not far away. Just up the M62.
Yeah. It was. It's kind of, what was your first name? Sandra, did you say?
Yeah, Sandra. Yes.
Sandra.
Yeah, that Johnny.
Yeah, I did. Thank you. And did someone say hi just to Mr. Watts?
Yeah.
Hello, what's he? I didn't see you down there.
Oh, there he is.
How we doing?
Morning, Mr. Watts.
Good morning. Good
Happy
evening.
men,
You,
happy,
Grant?
happy.
Looks like the end frozen.
We all happy.
Yeah. Right, the last kick of the game, we did it. The last kick. Of the game.
Yeah.
I think you're robbed.
It's a long
of
while
penalty.
coming, wasn't
Do
it?
you know that
Steve,
there
I
was
think
only
you're
two shots on target all game?
I know.
Yeah, but I think
They
you're.
made
I think
hard
you're
work
robbed.
of it.
I think you're robbed of a penalty with Ronaldo, weren't you?
I believe so. Yeah, I was at the other end. I couldn't see it properly.
No, I watched the replay.
I
Definitely
haven't
penalty.
seen the
Come in,
replay
you
yet.
can have a look.
Come and say hello to
Come say
everybody.
hello, Dave.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
this is
Hello.
Oh, wow.
Isabel.
Oh, wow.
Who've we
Hello.
got now?
Okay, Sophie.
Never a dull moment, is there?
And when the 3 of them get together. God. Tell
They'll
Sophie
go.
to come. Oh, show them your fans.
Yeah.
They've got a fan each.
Oh, wow.
Where are they from?
In the hot weather.
How
This
nice
is
are they?
Sophie. This is the big one.
There you go.
Impressive. Oh, 3.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them, yeah. 3. And then there's
All
a boy as
girls?
well. There's a boy
Oh, there's
called
one
Luca.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
that's-
So what are the
that's
others having?
His
That's-
brother.
That's really special.
What are the new babies? Do you know what they?
My daughter's having a boy, but we don't know what Ted's daughter's having.
No, she wanted to leave it a surprise, so we'll find out soon. Well, only be a week or 2.
It'll either be a boy or a girl. Ted. See, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Mackie,
I've at least been
not
better all
these
week.
days.
What's that, Dave?
I said, you say it'd be a boy or a girl. I said, not these days.
You can't guarantee it.
Yeah, exactly. You never know.
Got no
We've
idea.
got children, Dave. We've got children in the bar.
Where they've gone again, Colonel. You've scared them off again.
David, can you do something before you get a bollocking?
I'm going to, but but Fruity, that's what I was doing. When I was doing it, I closed it down again. So I'm going to try and remove the traffic lights discreetly. All right.
Hand them up.
Last time, hang on. Here we are. That one will do. That'll make you feel better down on it's. The computer's very slow today, a bit like me.
Yeah. Computer said no.
Yeah. It is. It's dead slow, honestly.
Johnny, have you rebuilt the playhouse?
No, I got a friend of mine who may help us do some salvage work. We'll see. Yeah, it's early days yet.
Was it stormy or something? Was it stormy weather?
No, it wasn't stormy. It's a long. I'll make the long story short. Next door, the neighbours behind us, we don't know who they are. We haven't spoken to them in 10 years. You know, just like strangers. But we know they got this one. They've got lots of trees here. You know, this one was just completely dead. And we had tree guys come around and they told us it was dead. And they were taking one of our trees down. Our insurance says we need to send them a registered letter to let them know that they got this dangerous tree. And we never did. And yeah, it just fell. It happened to fall right on top of the kiddie's house. But of course, I know what you're going to say. The main thing is it didn't happen in the summer when the kids would have been. It happened in the winter and the night. So it's fine. It's fine.
Good.
Have you had word with your neighbours, Johnny?
Yeah, you know, it's just one of those things, Steve. Yeah. But
the plus side is you got quite a bit of firewood, John.
Well, actually, the only good thing is that the guy, we were gone. We were babysitting in Seattle the next day, and he came round and he cut he completely removed the tree. So at least he did that. Yeah.
Well, it was like a cubby house, was it?
Yeah, it was a kids' playhouse. Yeah. Yeah, I'll post a picture on it on this recording when I do that. Yeah.
God, do you think what could have happened?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and it missed the house by about 6 feet, so otherwise it would have hit the house, and then we would have a different story.
Yeah.
Anyway, can we move on from this topic, please?
Johnny,
it's big news, man. It's big news.
Well, yeah. Okay, then. Okay,
Have you got a good lawyer?
My son's a lawyer, but I don't know how house insurance is for you, anyone else, but really, if it hit our house, you know, like $100,000, then it's different. But there's a $1,600 deductible, which we would have to pay just to get $800 back. You know, so it's not worth it. Yeah.
Here comes Doris.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Coming in. Buy your new kids.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He's just coming in. Good. Brendan, I've got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
I've just tried to remove a very large hair off my laptop screen. What is that thing? It's on.
I'll tell you, Dave.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
It looks
my
like
daughter bought my daughter.
Hair. I know your, or is it your hair? Is it your one hair that you've kept growing?
It's a hair growing out of my ear.
It's just the one. It's better to have one than none.
No, it's a bit boring. My daughter bought a lamp which she decided she didn't like, and then said to Sherry, "Oh, would you like this lamp?" And I said, "No, we don't want it. It's okay, you can keep it." But Sherry said, "No, we'll have it." And so
you've got it.
Oh, there it is.
It's a huge lampshade to it as well, which I've had to take off because it's just massive. Yeah. But it's stuck there. It's been there for a few weeks. I've got to move it, I suppose.
We can.
You know what they say.
Anybody want to buy a lamp?
Yes, please.
You know what they say, Brendan?
What's that?
If you're bald, put a tattoo of a rabbit on your head. From a distance, it looks like a hair.
That's a good one. I haven't heard that one, Macca. Very good.
I love it. Yeah. Martin, good to see you.
Nice to see you, Dave, and everybody.
Hello, Doris.
Yeah.
That's good. That's excellent.
I'm only on here because Nottingham Forest won.
Yeah, we're all on. Oh, apart from Alistair, I think we're all on because we had a win.
No, we won 5-0.
That wasn't a victory. That was an annihilation. Again, which non-league team was that, Alistair?
That was Auchinleck Talbot.
For God's sake.
It's a Scottish pub team.
All likely was.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
And Stephen, you're happy, and Brad, you're Villa as well, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Oh, here we go.
Always.
Lovely.
Got the hats on.
Excellent.
Go somebody else. What's going
Oh
on?
no, is this Taffy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hang on.
Daffy Allen.
Let's get those bins out ready. There we go.
Oh, there you
It's
go.
the most people have had for a long time.
Get the props.
Yeah.
Hey, but you've had some nice weather down there, Debbie, haven't you? You've had some nice sunny weather.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been
It's very
nice
humid
today.
at the moment. Yeah.
There's a lot of rain, isn't there, Martin? Like it rains,
Yeah.
it stops.
There's a lot. The
Very-
ground's saturated, so as soon as the sun comes out, it gets very
humid.
steamy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
lovely. Well, I've got memories of that. That's great.
The weather
Well, I mean,
forecast,
In the steam.
Yeah.
weather forecast used a non-technical term. They said it was. They said the weather is all sorts. It's probably not technical, but it describes it: sun, a bit of rain, bit of everything, bit of wind, bit of calm.
Nice
Bit
one.
of
Ted.
both.
La Nina, what's it? La Nina
Yeah.
weather.
You've been away, Ted, haven't you?
Even a smaller
Morning,
day.
Taffy.
Well, we're down the coast in my caravan. I got an old 1980s caravan, but I've done it up, refurbished it, repainted it inside, redecorated everything. So it's really good. It's going blazes. Got rid of the old wind down legs that went with those vans in those days. Bought new ones, had them welded on, and modern stuff. And it's just perfect. I'll just tow it out, set it up, and away we go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You should have
I
been.
think Paul Barker's got one similar. He does the same thing. He tows it all the way from the Blue Mountains down the south coast.
Yeah.
And yeah, it still looks oldie worldy on the outside. I don't know what it looks like on the inside.
Well, you can do whatever you want
Taffy, are
to.
you going to be doing your Taffmobile in Australia itself?
Well, I did think about doing that when I had the Mercedes, the little red one. I was going to freight it out to New York, have 3 months in New York,
Oh, nice.
then freight it down to Australia, and then have 3 months down there, then sell it.
And sell it.
And stay in Australia.
Sell it, yeah, just leave it down there. And because you're only allowed to keep a van in America for 12 months if it's an old van.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Then you got to get it back out to the country. But it never came off because circumstances.
Yeah.
But I'm all right now. I was down on the West Channel the day before yesterday, Dave.
Flipping Welsh Channel again.
I got some beautiful little video clips.
Yeah.
Looking over the channel to the West Country, and I know. Would you believe it? I dug an old 500 AD map out.
A 500, and did it say Welsh on it?
Yeah, it all will be revealed.
Oh God! Hey, by the way, well, welcome
He's
to
desperate,
Bobo.
man.
Bobo's arrived by camel. He's there.
I've got the 2 camels here.
Lovely.
I've just arrived. It's very
there he
busy
is.
where I am now.
Are you in the Camel Grand National?
I am. I came first today.
Well done, Bobo.
As long as your girlfriend's not doing gymnastics, you should tell them the story, Baba.
Okay, I'm going to be very quick. I'll only probably be in about 5 or 6 minutes because we're sort of on a bit of a bus tour, so we're running a bit late. But last night we we went to watch these musical fountains in the Dubai Mall. And what happened was I got my fiance Abby to stand, and I said, I'll take a video of you in front of the fountain. So I'm taking the picture of the video, and all she did was just did a bit of a turn, a swirl, and just did a bow. So we walked to the side of the, after I'd taken the video, and this big security guard walked up to me. I wonder, well, what does he want? And he said, I just saw your lady the way he said it, do gymnastics. I looked at him, gymnastics. I said, gymnastics. He said, well, that's not allowed, he said. It's against the law. And he said, what are you going to do with that video? And he said, and if you, I want you to delete it. And if you post it to, are you going to post that to social media? I said, no. I said, I'm too old for all that stuff. And he said, okay. But he said, let me tell you, if you post that, you'll get arrested.
No way.
And all it was a very, it honestly was not offensive. Well, I didn't think it was offensive, but obviously they found it offensive. So
she wasn't wearing hot pants, was she, Bubba?
Sorry?
I said she wasn't wearing hot pants.
No, very conservative. Very conservative.
Yeah, my daughter lives there, and I know what it's like. There's certain things they can't talk about.
Yeah.
Bobo, it wasn't a picture of the footwear of the camel behind you, was it?
Oh dear.
They may be monitored.
Borderline there, Dave. Borderline.
I'm only saying it because it was a question on last night's quiz on Ant and Dec. They do a quiz thing, and the question was, how many toes does a camel have? And of course, the whole audience erupted, because as soon as I said that. But that's the only reason. All right, Brendan.
Yeah.
It was nothing more.
Yeah. This may be Bobo's last interview or last video.
By the way,
we might not see him again after this.
This is a record. This is a record for the Aussie Crew Bar.
This is great. Honestly,
we've never had 14 in.
Wonderful. Thanks for all coming
fantastic.
in at the same time. Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Good.
Actually, Dave,
Which one?
Debbie's got a favour to ask you. Ingie.
Okay.
She said to me last night that she would like to do a trip on your ship up to Scotland.
Oh,
next year.
No, I didn't say yours, but I said one sometime I'd like to do around Scotland, a cruise around there. And Ian said, oh, yeah, but yours are probably too expensive.
It's very expensive.
They're too upmarket for us.
Will they be happy to share the pot wash cabin?
Have to.
Give you some rubber gloves.
I was going to say, rubber gloves.
There are vacancies in the summer.
Yeah. If you are thinking, or if any of them are thinking, let us know, because we certainly help with that. Yeah. Be good. And I'll try and come up as well,
Well, I've got to say, get a crowd.
Yeah. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's only about 12 grand a week, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, no, that's no, Stephen, that's the pay. That's the pay for the pot wash.
The pay for the pot wash guy.
All right.
And we'll get Alistair to come over, because he's bilingual, aren't you, Alistair? In a nice way.
Yeah.
Is Bobo gone? Oh, is he?
No, he's still there.
I'm still here. It's just
He's on
it's
the
very
bus.
hard to hear you.
Are the bars open on board? The Kiwi
No,
2?
I've left the Kiwi 2 now, but there was nothing open whatsoever.
But do they open them?
Absolutely nothing. No, it's
But
all
do they
closed.
So,
They never open them.
Funny a little spider.
Oh, yeah.
Not quite bad seeing them all close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ted, you have to keep the kindergarten under control.
Who's that? Who's that?
They've got a little blue-tongue lizard. The baby blue-tongue lizard is about that big, and they're all excited about it. So it's going to feed him a bit of minced meat and that. I'll grab him and I'll give you a show and tell. Stick around for a minute.
Oh, this would be great.
The blue tongue. When we were in Australia a few years ago, and we were driving down the coast, and I was driving along the road, and there's a huge, looked like a massive lizard on the road, and I stopped, and I thought, well, I'll just sort of shove it along a little bit. Yeah.
There. Is that the one, Brendan? Was that the very one?
No, it was massive. It was. Anyway, I got out and I thought I'm not touching that. It's massive. And then this other car pulled up on the other side of the road. And this little kid of about 6 got out and just picked it up. He said, "It's just a blue tongue, man."
Look at that.
He just chucked it on the side. And I said, "Well, I was going to do that, but thanks for doing it anyway." You know.
Everybody say hello to the family.
What's the lizard's name?
So, Ted, how big's that thing going to get?
Ted found it.
It goes about that big.
They get a bit big.
What was that? What, per hour? Is that per hour?
Yeah.
Grow up over a foot long when they're grown up.
Tiny.
They're harmless, I believe.
Yeah, they are. They're relatively harmless. We had one in the backyard in the drain that would last. It was probably about 18 inches long, or probably not quite as big as that. Yeah.
I missed that. What's it called? What is it?
Blue tongue.
A blue tongue lizard.
Blue tongue lizard.
But they look like snakes. If they're under something, you just see the front of them. They're like a snake.
There's a clue, Dave. It's got a blue tongue.
I believe it. But is that
Google it, Dave.
Is that when you're
Google
kissing it? That is very scary.
Oh well, we actually kiss fish here before we throw them back in the water.
Oh really? Is that for good luck? Is it, Macca?
That's for good luck,
Not
David.
everybody.
Or a French kiss.
Yeah.
If you want, Duffy.
How many fish have you kissed, Macca?
That's after they're battered. I don't fish, love. I found a shop that you can actually walk in and buy it without even going out and look all that shit.
He doesn't like putting the worm things on the hook.
Oh, can't stand fishing.
You do. You don't mind it. As long as somebody else does all that for you.
Yeah, if they do my hook and all that, then I'll fish. But I'm not putting worms on and all that.
So, do any of you go? Who does go fishing? Deep sea fishing? Any of you guys?
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I've been a fisherman all my life, Dave. I used to fish on the River Trent, and even fish all year round with maggots and stuff like that. This is probably not something that I'd reveal to everybody, but when I was about 13 or 14, I had joined a fishing club, and the maggots we used to buy during winter time, they'd go sort of docile, sort of wouldn't wiggle around a bit. So what you had to do is you had to pick 2 or 3 of them up and put them under your tongue to make them warm up, and then you'd put them on the hook.
No way. Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. They were cultured maggots. They were cultured maggots. There wasn't maggots. You just,
What's the difference?
There is actually. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like snails out of the garden and snails that you eat.
Well,
right?
exactly. I mean, snails that you eat in escargot are basically just snails that have been pulled out of your garden and just,
They are.
You can. You've got but you can clean snails in your own way. You've just got to transfer them a few weeks at a time into different containers of clean material and clean water.
I
You don't know where they've been, Doris.
Don't like them anyway.
Yes, you do. They've been in your garden. Where else would they have been?
Oh.
Well, probably crawling over dog shit and all that.
No, they don't.
If you got a dog.
Hey, I'm an old seaman. Get me out of here.
Hey, but Brendan, do you remember we did go up fishing down in Mazatlan? I think.
Yes.
Wasn't it? We
Yeah.
It was marlin fishing. We went off to fish, but we actually caught I think
sailfish.
Fraser caught a sailfish.
Or just off the coast of Mazatlan, approximately 15 miles. And a group of us are here today aboard the launch Stella in the hope of catching that big elusive black marlin. We've just arrived at the fishing ground, as I said, which is approximately 15 miles off the coast. We're in what the skipper has just told me is the blue water mark. This is the point where the colder water currents, which sweep down from Cabo Corrientes, bring the large squid, which is the staple food of the marlin and sailfish. He said in the last 2 weeks the current seems to have, the blue water patch has moved further offshore, so it takes longer to get out there, and the temperature of the water has got much cooler, and because of this, the sailfish have nearly all moved south down towards Acapulco, because the sailfish is really a tropical water fish. However, with the coming of the cold water, this brings the striped marlin as well as the black marlin. As I said, here we are rolling about. There's quite some very large, long swells as a result of a
Yeah.
The other one's Mai.
Yeah.
They're great fish. Great fish to catch.
Yeah. They're part of the dolphin family, aren't they?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right, Brad.
Yeah, they we caught one and then we brought it back to the ship and we ate it. We had a big sort of fish lunch on the deck there. Brian Redmond, the chef, cooked it for us, and there's a photo around somewhere.
I know I've got it.
I think you came down, Dave, and caused a bit of uproar.
Yeah.
How unusual.
Did you?
Yes.
What's the fish that they buy that you catch in Hawaii? What's that fish?
Well,
Not the one they cook in the No.
No, it's on all the menus in Hawaii. It's a famous Hawaiian fish.
Called a mai.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay,
Yes, the
yeah,
one.
the
Yeah,
mai-
yeah.
Yeah, part of the dolphin fish family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know
They
in
get to quite a
Fiji
size.
they used to do a salad with a fish, a raw fish, but
I
it
love
was
that.
just soaked in
Oh.
coconut milk and
milk.
lime juice.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So
And it was beautiful.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
In
have
Fiji,
in Fiji, yeah.
I'm trying to think what it was called. I had some friends that used to make it for me.
Yeah.
beautiful.
Savish.
No, it's not.
No.
it's not.
Ceviche.
I think you can do it with a lot of fish, but as long as you do it in that way and put it with the lime and the coconut milk.
Coconut.
If
Yeah.
it's a firm fish, the lime juice actually cooks it,
That's
but it marinates in it overnight for
And the
quite a
coconut.
while.
And the coconut cream flavors it.
I'm trying to think what it's called.
Yeah.
Trying to think what it's called.
Hey Dave, can you remember when we used to go to Vanuatu and we used to get the coconut crab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That
Pisces.
was something special. That was.
You can still get it in Isle of Pines
Yeah.
on the beach. On the beach, you can go ashore on the beach and they cook it on the beach. And it's cheap as it's like $10 for crab or lobster.
I think they still do it in Vanuatu actually, but it's we used to go to a place called Lahusale, and they used to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, they did it at Pisces.
Yeah.
Pisces is gone, Dave.
Yeah, I know it has twice.
Yeah.
He knows that.
Can you remember the cottage, Dave?
Well, you would do.
Which one?
Don't start on that.
No, there was a restaurant there, and it was just out of, you only had to walk out of the dock in Vanuatu, and it was called the Cottage, and me and Dave and Bacon used to go there all the time. Can you remember it?
No, I don't remember it.
Oh,
The cottage.
No, we used to go to Pisces. I don't
Yeah.
have to go to the cottage.
Oh, right.
He goes to the cottage.
You
I wasn't trying to trip you up or anything, Dave. I wasn't trying to trip you up. It was fair income. I'm sure you went with us.
Yeah.
You asked Bacon about it anyway.
Fruity's got a mental blockage every time you mention the word cottage.
He knows the one in Sydney.
Yeah.
It's right next to Tranny Bingo.
Well, the last cottage he went into, it didn't taste like fish.
Good job. The grandkids are gone, Dave.
I know, Colonel. I know. Sorry, Ted. Sorry, Ted. Oh, dear. So, Taffy, what's the story behind you with your picture?
Oh, that's when they towed the Canberra down to India,
The scrap.
and they're beaching it for scrap.
Oh, those pictures are banned, Taffy.
Are they really?
I don't like looking at. I don't like looking at pictures of our ships going to India, the beach, and that.
Well, she's still intact, to be fair. She's still intact.
There.
I'm looking
Picture
for.
behind me is it? The picture behind me is at Pisces, and you can see that there's a large Scottish gentleman in the picture. And
Oh, hello, Alice.
Yeah.
There's Dickie Rutter there.
Dickie Rutter.
Miss Bacon.
Elaine.
Alice, myself, Tommy Jacks,
Yeah. Elaine.
yourself, Dickie. I've got a couple of different ones of those.
Lovely.
That was Pisces, anyhow.
Yeah.
Was that right on the beach, was it?
No, on the mountain above, well, on the hill.
Yeah.
Overlooking.
Oh, is it?
Overlooking the ship.
You could actually walk down the bank, and there was a little jetty down there, because we went back once by someone's boat with a few bottles of bubbly on board.
Yeah, I went on that. You didn't walk, darling. You staggered.
Well, possibly.
Is it Kokoda?
Kokoda's that dish, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, what
Yeah.
again?
That
Kokoda.
dish I was talking about with the fish and the lime
Yeah,
juice and the
Kokoda.
coconut. It's called Kokoda.
Yeah.
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 So nice.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it.
Well, we'll have some in 3 weeks' time.
Well, yeah, it looks like we're going
Hopefully,
now.
we're going now.
Where's
is this the
where's
Fiji?
Macca? Where?
We're going to the Warwick Hotel in the Coral Coast, Fiji.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, nice spot.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Macca, have you
Yeah.
got your dates for your visit to the UK?
Yeah. We August 12th we land.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, we're having a few nights in Singapore. We leave on the 8th.
Yeah, we're staying in Singapore because our kids for Christmas booked us 2 nights in the, what's the hotel called?
Some really nice hotel in Singapore.
They reckon it's a top hotel in Singapore, so they paid for that for 2 nights.
Marina Bay Sands.
No, it's better than that.
Is it the 3 tower? The 3 tower?
No, it's
That's Marina Bay Sands, Dave.
No, there's
no,
one.
it's called.
There's 2 of them, and this one's an old.
It's the old post office, and they're made out of.
Not Raffles, is it? Is it Raffles?
No, not Raffles. No. It's called the. It's someone's name, like the Flanagan or the. Just Google it. Though.
No.
Anyway, we're staying there for 2 nights because the kids paid for that.
So
And,
are you arriving on the 10th then of August?
Something like that.
Something like that.
10th or 11th.
Yeah, I'll confirm it with you. I've got
That's what I've got, because you were then going to go to Alan's on the 14th
Yeah,
to
what-
the 15th, and
No,
we
I
were
think we're
going
going. I think
in the
we're going.
19th to the 21st.
No, I think we're going. We're heading straight down to Inges.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we just need to know the date. That's all. But sure,
Yeah, I've got good. Apparently, I've got good credit down there, so I'm going to use
very,
that. Up for it.
very, very good credit, and the ponies are very excited. All the New Forest ponies are getting excited. Every one of them. Yeah, no, we'll be ready. That'll be great. That'll be great.
Dave?
Yes.
No reunion again.
What's that, Al?
When's that P&O reunion
May.
in Southampton?
The
May.
20th of May, Friday, 20th of May.
May.
Yeah,
Oh,
Colonel.
2 days before my birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I should
You're
fly
going,
over
Colonel, aren't
for
you?
it.
Yes, I am. Yes, we are going. Yeah, because as long as the transatlantic is still in play, we will be picked up in Southampton by Dave, and chauffeured to the estates, and have our chicken curry.
He's got his hat on in that picture. He's still got that hat. Look, the one behind Taffy. That's his chauffeur's
Got the
hat.
chauffeur's hat. Yeah, that's right. Macca, you know, Taffy was saying about getting his mobile home, the Taffmobile, down to Australia. Is there any chance of you sending your limo up to us, so we've got it ready to collect you and the Colonel in my house?
Absolutely. Absolutely. How deep in your pockets?
There you go.
All the way to Sydney. Marvellous.
The hotel's a Fullerton.
The Fullerton Hotel.
Oh, the Fullerton, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a beautiful hotel, right on the. It's a very old building, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the old
one of the older buildings, and yeah. Beautiful.
So we got 2 nights there, and then I think we're in Dubai
Right on the bay.
Well, Bobo can tell us all about Dubai and where to go. He's gone, hasn't he?
Well, obviously not the queuing too.
Oh, I
Going
know.
to do aerobics.
Yeah, we've had some good coverage from him, though, haven't we? It's been
really good.
Yeah, he certainly gets around, doesn't he?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Why don't you ask Colonel about the Queen Mary? Yeah.
I did. I asked him before, I think.
Well, ask him again.
I asked you about the Queen Mary Long Beach, didn't I?
If you did, then I forget. Deb, what's that? What's up?
Yeah, is it being refurbished?
Oh yeah,
or?
yeah, you did. We'll have to Google it. I think there's something going on. There's always something stupid going on with whatever.
Because it was a liquidation.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And then Debbie said the other day that she thought she heard from you that somebody had taken up.
Yeah, it wasn't me, but that's sad because I hate to see her go.
I'll be awful.
But talking about California, has anyone seen The Caveman?
When?
Anytime.
I messaged him the other day.
Yeah.
He keeps telling me he's working.
Oh, okay.
Movie.
I thought it was a movie.
I thought it was a movie.
So did I.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen The Caveman? Yeah.
Who's in it?
Yeah, big gold club. Right.
Hey, Colonel, in fact, we better put a picture up of the Caveman on this one. Has anyone seen the Caveman?
Well, actually, we should tell our Aussie friends who don't know the Caveman story. Good
story.
Yeah.
And don't forget, tell them that printer and all that on the ship.
Well, yeah. Kevin was the printer, and we knew he lived in. He was a Yank. We knew he lived in California. Well, it was Kit Williams, I believe. She just mentioned something that she thought he had perished.
Shop girl.
She thought he had perished in the 1989 San Francisco earthquake, and that went around social media, and we had people all over the world searching for the Caveman, and eventually he popped up. She's like, yeah.
Where is he?
Yeah, but we thought he would had gone, so yeah.
Where is he?
He's in Los Angeles. Look,
We lost him again.
He's disappeared again, yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure if he watches our little reruns, he will have something to comment about this. So it's all good. Yeah.
Okay.
We love you, Kevin.
Yeah,
it was very spooky at the time. This guy contacted me and Dave's Mrs. Pat.
Yeah.
Well, he contacted Pat first, didn't he? And Pat says, "Oh, hang on, this is a bit weird."
That's
Kevin
right.
Butler,
Yeah.
he's dead.
It's like Bob Whitmore, Bob Whitmore from what do they call him? What they call
Yeah, cruising chat bottle or whatever. Yeah.
Everyone's saying happy birthday to him yesterday.
He's been dead 2 years.
It's sad, isn't it? You know, when
Oh,
people pass
no.
away and yet their profile stays on
Yeah,
there and
still
people,
up there.
you know.
People are saying happy birthday
Yeah.
now. It's, it's a shame.
Whoa.
But I tell you what, that guy was full of knowledge of every cruise ship that basically floated.
Oh my God.
He knew
That was
what was going on all
unbelievable.
around the world. It was his life.
He knew everything.
Fruity loved him.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the ass. That's my God's word.
He thought the world of you, Fruity.
Yeah.
What did Bob do? What did Bob do?
Head waiter.
It was the
Maitre d'.
maitre d'.
Maitre d'.
That's right.
Head waiter, maitre d'.
Commodore.
Commodore.
He was.
No, that was Joe Ferro, wasn't he? Wasn't he Commodore maitre d'? Alistair?
No, Bob Whitmore originally.
Did you know Joe Ferro?
Yeah.
Hollywood Ferro, yeah. Wasn't he the Commodore maitre d'?
No, he probably said he was.
He
but
said he was to me.
He probably tried to be, yeah.
So, Stephen, down under, is Bob Whitmore in that picture behind you?
Yeah, that's on the
Oh,
one
yeah.
side.
Which
The
one is
side,
it?
74.
Christ.
Is that him in the, that's him in the middle?
Middle.
Hey, that's right, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there.
Is that Miss Eggy? Is that Miss Eggy's section waiter?
The bellboy's there on the right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What ship was that, Stephen?
That was a one side,
Ah,
1974.
Gosh.
Was that your first
Great picture.
Stephen?
Were you on
Sorry?
there, Steve?
Was that
Yeah,
your
Were you on
that
there?
that was my first ship. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that around Himalaya time? About
Just after.
Himalaya?
After.
it's a great picture. You don't normally see restaurant staff like that in a picture.
No,
It's
no.
really good.
No, you don't. You don't, Brendan. Yeah.
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 It's a shame there isn't a few more of those around.
Yeah, it's a good photo.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny,
Yep.
we need to be asking Brad for his good news.
Yeah.
big-
Oh,
Yeah.
Go on, Brad.
Yeah. Well, as you know, just prior to Christmas, I gave you some fairly disturbing news
Mhm.
that I was up for potentially a double transplant, kidney and liver, which certainly rocked my world. But just in recent tests, I've been contacted by the specialist unit in London, which has been doing some DNA editing. My complaint that I've got, or my condition, is hereditary, and there's two versions of it. So the common one, what they've actually done, is managed to do some DNA editing of the genome sequence, and have actually taken out that condition, and it's been 100% successful with the patients that I've used.
Really?
Yeah. So
Wow.
I've been asked to be part of the next stage for the rarer condition which I have.
Yeah.
Which, if they have the same success, they're hoping to actually prevent me having that major surgery.
Fantastic.
Wow,
So
good.
do you go to UK?
Well, that's fantastic, mate.
yes,
Well, we've got,
yeah.
we'll keep our fingers crossed for you, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to go to England, Brad? You have to go to England?
Don't know what they're trying to do. Is what happens is that in my DNA strand, and biotechnical, I've got this rogue protein cell. They take that out and replace it with a good protein cell.
Wow.
Amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
The science, the way it's been explained to me, is absolutely incredible. But it's all done through infusion. So if it works, if they can get it to work in my because I've got the rare form of
Yeah.
this hereditary gene issue. If it works, if they can get it done in the lab, then they'll do by blood transfusion or infusion, and prevent me from having a dual transplant of liver and kidneys, which would be absolutely amazing.
Brilliant.
So when is this?
Would be.
That is wonderful, wonderful news so far.
Yeah,
Medical
Yeah.
science is amazing.
medical
isn't it?
science at its best, I tell you.
Yeah.
So
Well done,
Yeah.
Brad.
So good to get some good news. There's been all
Yeah.
bad news.
Yeah.
So
oh
that's
yeah,
great.
yeah. So we're
So
just
when will
waiting
that
now.
start? Are you just got to wait?
Any time in the next 6 months, they're working
Right.
on at the moment.
I said you look good tonight, didn't I?
And probably feeling positive.
I feel on top of the world, guys. I
Yeah,
tell
You,
Richard,
you
yeah.
look it. You look it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Power of positive thinking, mate. Just
Yeah.
keep it
That's
there.
it.
Well, you know, I tell you, when you're faced with that sort of life and death situation, when you don't know,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden somebody comes up and says,
I know.
"We've got a breakthrough."
Someone's looking after you up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who. Keep it up. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So,
fantastic news.
I'll keep you posted, because it's really quite exciting to be
Yeah.
potentially one of the
Absolutely.
first in the world to have a treatment that could save lives.
Never heard anything like that before.
Oh, it's staggering what's going on in the background, I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Well, good luck, mate.
Yeah.
All the best, mate. We're with you.
Yeah. Brad, I thought the good news was when you put your Villa hat on, because you won 1-0 yesterday.
Well,
What's with all these Villa fans on this flipping crew bar this week?
Where have they all come from?
And we stuck it to Man United the other week, didn't we? Wasn't that a close game?
Yeah, we gave it to you in the second half.
Yeah. I get it.
Steve.
Oh dear.
That's very happening on your internet again. Facebook again, sorry.
Right, Taffy is not very happy with our sporting events of yesterday, because the Welsh Channel, there are two, the Welsh Channel, they came over from Cardiff to Bristol yesterday for the football, which was a good game, and they lost, and Bristol won 3-2, Bristol State. But then what upset him even more was the Bristol Rugby went over to Wales in the afternoon for the rugby, and the Bristol team went over there as well.
50 odd points to 20 odd. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And you should know that Dave's wife Pat is also an Aston Villa fan. She is, because she loves Steve Gerrard.
She loves Stevie G, yeah. Because,
thank you.
He's Liverpool.
She is. She speaks Scouse as well as Alistair speaks Jockanese. Yeah.
So next month is the Six Nations. Then you'll start seeing the men from the boys. Wales, Ireland, Scotland, France.
That'll be great.
Italy.
That'll be great.
I can't wait for it to start.
Yeah. What the rugby or Taffy?
I'm waiting for the COVID excuses to start coming out as soon as they start losing certain teams.
I have to say, I'm really looking forward. I'm really quite excited, because we haven't been able to go anywhere and see anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I went up to my local rugby ground yesterday, and the match called off. The ground was frozen. There's been nothing going on.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the Six Nations, but also with great apprehension, because I do realise that it just seems to me Ireland in particular, and France and England, their teams are absolutely, for the first time ever, usually England are saying they're going to win the Grand Slam before there's a ball kicked, right? Then it all changes after the first game normally. But Ireland and France, they stay quiet. And it looks to me this year like it's going to be an absolutely humdinger. and I don't think we're going to get a look in. But
Well, I think
I'm
France are going to
really
win it this year.
excited. I'm really excited about it. I really am.
But the most important sporting event, which took place last week, was very upsetting because it's you lot down under, which we love you, but not the cricket, Brendan. Forget even the
Don't
women's
talk about the cricket. I've got an Aussie son-in-law. He's left.
I'll tell you what, it was the flipping netball. You've beat UK in the netball final, and it was a really good game actually. It was.
Are you watching that, were you, Dave?
I don't know what the score was, but the camera footage was marvellous. but the Aussie, seriously, Australia won. They play in the last quarter, or whatever, you know. That's what they do in rugby, isn't it? In the American football, isn't it, Colonel?
Yes.
So I'm sending a message to Cindy. I'll be up in a minute. Yeah.
Dave,
talking about the cricket.
UK because they got beat, or was it England?
Coming from a Scot.
Alistair, I was watching something the other day, or wasn't watching it, but it came on, and it was women playing soccer or something in Scotland, or football or something, whatever they're playing, and I couldn't understand a word of it.
Scottish commentator.
Is it in another language up there?
Yeah, it's in Gaelic.
They put it on Australian television though, like.
Oh right, yeah, but it's on a channel over here called BBC Alba.
I'm listening to it thinking, I can't understand a word of this.
Well, occasionally you hear a word that they don't have an equivalent in Gaelic. So they might say, you know, they had a stramash in the goal, and it'll all be stramash. That's what it's
Sound
like.
Billy Connolly piss.
Yeah.
Please,
Actually, Angie, talking about the cricket, a mate of mine went to get a pizza last night, and he walked in, and who was sitting in the corner behind there? Beefy Botham, Ian Botham.
No.
And he went up to him, and he says, "Beefy, what are you doing here?" He says, "Well, if there was a sixth match, I would have got in the team."
Yeah.
His son
He couldn't have done much worse than the others. They were terrible.
He said it was pathetic. He had a long chat to him. Nice guy apparently.
Yeah,
they're over again. I think next year Australia are over again.
Yeah, there's quick ashes. Yeah, it'll be different kettle of fish in England though. Our bowlers won't be as good as they are out here. There's more bounce out here.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, and you might have that other guy. You might have that fast bowler back. What's his name? The dark fella.
Jofra Archer.
Archer.
Oh,
yeah.
Jofra. Yeah.
Yeah.
All very well having the bowlers, but we can't bat.
Was he injured or something?
That's right. That's exactly right, Brendan. There's nothing. The bowlers did their jobs. The batsmen just let them down.
Yeah. Haven't got him.
Bowlers were out there day after day, hour after hour. You
Yeah.
can't talk enough.
They had an article.
England has screwed that up because county cricket. Who wants to play county cricket? Going, when there's Big Bash on, they get a lot more money playing Big Bash than going through the bloody rain and the dreary days in England playing county cricket. Who wants to do that for pittance? They'll rather go and play T20 and make 10 times as much as they do when they go and play county cricket. That's England.
The thing is, they're not bringing the talent through either. There's a really good article with Jason Pryor on the local news the other night, and it was saying that the young kids that have the talent don't have the money because most of the kids that are coming through cricket are coming through private schools, and, where they, the parents can afford to put them through these cricket schools at the local clubs. A local kid would need £2,000 just for kit. And the parents are not going to spend that sort of money. They just haven't got it. So the talent's not coming through. So I'm not surprised. You're not getting the best batsman there.
That's what they say about rugby over here. They always say, well, why are the All Blacks better than us? Because at schools in New Zealand, they play union. At public schools over here in Australia, they play league.
Yeah.
So that's why. You agree with that, Brad?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's why the All Blacks are so superior, because all the schools play union.
Right.
Yeah.
And
But
they'll
then again,
dominate.
the Aussies are superior in rugby league, though, aren't they?
What's that?
Said the Aussies are superior in rugby league. They
Well,
always
yeah,
back
yeah,
it.
but we're
Exactly.
talking-
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Are we? You know, we seem to get beat at the right time.
Yeah.
Well, England are in the West Indies in March, and I can see the same thing happening. And there's going to be a bloodbath when it's all over, because there's so much money at the top there, and they've got all these coaches. I mean, Ashley Giles has been there years, and he was never that great, and he's one of the top. He's one of the top coaches.
He was taking the video on the rooftop, so he's out, isn't he? Wasn't he caught taking that video?
It's a disaster. It's a real mess.
No, Watsey's right. They've got no batsman. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, Root's not bad. He's pretty
Well,
good.
he didn't do anything over here, did he?
He can't do it on his own.
You know, it's the
Like,
same as the English.
how would you feed?
It's the same
How would
as
you
the
feed
English
that
soccer
Rory
side.
Bird?
You know, when they're paying these people millions and millions of pounds every time they step foot on a playing field, they don't care whether they win or lose. It's, you know, look at England every time they go to a World
Well,
Cup.
not only that, the county cricket, the county cricket system is riddled now with all sorts of accusations of racism and stuff like that. So English cricket is in a mess. You've got all this problem going on in the county game with racism and all this sort of stuff, and then they're not bringing the young through, and the top guys, they're on these contracts earning loads and loads of money, and they're just not performing. So it's a real mess. I don't think it's getting any better.
It's like Macca says. There's too many other sports that the kids can do, and that's what the West Indies went through after the likes of Joel Garner and Malcolm Marshall, and all of a sudden they had nothing come through because the kids wanted to play other sports. It wasn't fashionable to play cricket.
Yeah. I just remember something. It's a movie on Netflix you have to watch. It's called Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up.
Seen it.
You've seen it, John?
Okay. Well, it's funny, isn't it?
It's a good movie. Yeah.
It really takes the mickey out of what's happening in America. Yeah.
Right.
Quite good.
Okay, talking about, Debbie, you mentioned about commentators
related then.
Not understanding the accent of the Scot, but Steve Walker mentioned about rugby league. Who was the best commentator ever we had with rugby league?
Eddie Waring.
Absolutely.
Eddie Waring.
It's an up and under.
It's an up and if he got sent off, he's going for early bath.
Early bath.
He was classic.
Gaelic. It was Gaelic. They were doing
It's Gaelic, yeah.
It's Gaelic.
Actually, talking about racism in sport, the Kiwis have got it again. Just call your team the All Blacks. Can't go wrong, can you?
That's right.
And most of them are.
Where's Fruity gone?
You're right, Brad.
They are.
Bloody big buggers too.
Yeah.
That's
Most
pretty
of the
gone.
All Blacks are not actually Kiwis. They're actually Fiji,
Yeah.
Tonga,
Islanders.
Islanders, yeah.
Crazy.
Tongan.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's all say a prayer for Tonga as well while we're here.
I took one of my prized possessions. There isn't it? If you ever visit the valleys, any of you, and you visit my little house by the river, if you come in, you'll get a very warm welcome. And anything you might pick up in that house will have a story to it. That's the beauty of
Too right it has.
Yeah.
We're not back to those three girls from across in Sydney, are we?
They'll all have a story to it. But one of the things in there, my most favoured possession, and I bought it on the 1973 World Cruise on Canberra, was a beautiful little wooden coffee table, highly polished. You couldn't use it as a coffee table. It's so highly polished, and with an inlaid inlay of different wood, which was of all the Vanuatu, all the Fiji Islands.
Oh,
yeah.
And I took a picture of it to put it up, but because we all had such fond memory of traveling through the islands and what they're going through in Tonga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. But I
forgot.
Ted has just left. Is that Ted von Brunswick?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah.
Thanks. I thought, Ted, is that Ted von Brunswick?
Ted, where are you?
He's
All
gone
right.
to get, he's gone to
No,
get
no,
some
I'm-
memorabilia.
It's my
I'm
uncle.
going to have to go.
Time to wash his hands.
Alistair,
See you, Alistair.
Alistair's
Hey,
on
Alistair.
there.
I'm off.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
sort
go
of recognized the name. It came into my head. It must be Ted von Brunswick. I've upset him now. Oh no, he's moved.
That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back.
And
Ted, Teddy's after you.
well done, and also Brad. Lovely to hear your wonderful news.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Taffy.
I've got to come in with this, and I'll keep it unusually for me as brief as I can. 7 years ago, and so I know all about the gene technology that they were trialing. And 7 years ago, they put me on a trial for a blood cancer, which is very similar to leukemia. And there's no cure for it. But you know, I had an amazing treatment done in a similar way as what you'll go through when you get your treatment. They took there was a machine, and they put a pipe in this arm and a pipe in this arm, and they put all my blood through this machine and took out my good genes. Then they kill off as best they can. Virtually, they kill you off with all this high dose chemo and that. And then they put the good. They had the good genes frozen, and then they put them back in.
Yeah.
And that was 7 years ago. Look, I'm singing and dancing.
Can't stop him now.
That's great, Taffy.
Singing and
Yeah.
dancing. So it is the wonders of medical science is amazing.
Yeah, the science at the moment is just unbelievable.
Sorry, I had to get that. But
No.
I'm really thinking of you, Brad.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Wonderful.
women. There's a lot of women in Sydney that love you, Taffy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
They're all waiting for you to return.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I had an address book full of all these names of these lovely ladies I met over the years, all over.
I bet you did.
And
I bet you
was
did.
a bit drunk on a train with a girl, with one of my fiancées up in London. And
One of my fiancés.
we were going from Dartford to Sidcup or something, and she found this address book, and she started to go ballistic. And in a drunken, idiotic, I says, "This don't mean nothing to me," and I threw it out the window.
No. Oh, what a shame.
Some guy in Sidcup is contacting all of these girls.
Yeah.
So I really did for years. I used to think, I wonder if I went back to that area.
Yeah.
You could have found a flag thing there, couldn't you?
And did she hang around?
I think it was probably a good move. It didn't. There was nothing serious in there for sure.
Nobody could tame you, Taffy.
Well, I do love my Australia, and I was searching through to put my photograph from 2 years ago now. It is, well, but just over that, just over 2 years, in front of the Opera House, you know, all suited up, and I felt like the king's been all suited up, going to the opera and everything.
King of Wales.
The Opera House.
Did you meet the
Yeah.
Don Collins?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
It was.
Yeah.
I had a fabulous time down there.
Yeah.
No, we didn't
No, we
see
had
you.
a great day in the Orient that day, mate. Really, I'll always remember that.
Yeah, I learned it's a lovely photograph as well.
Yeah, it was. It's a good day.
In the next crew bar, asked me about the time that I almost burned down the Sydney Opera House.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
You nearly burned down the Sea Princess. I remember that.
Well, that's two stories. But
Yeah.
the Opera House was the one.
No wonder you're a fire safety officer now.
Redemption.
It's a bit late now.
Actually, Ted, you should have been an engineer rather than navigator, from what I see with your caravan.
Oh, yeah, well, look, I said you learn a few things on the job. I said, you've only got 3 crew on the tug, right? Unless you all chip in, they said, you're not going to go anywhere. You know the story. It's that they're so short-handed down here. So everybody lobs in and they all do a job. So you learn a lot as you go around. So I'm thankful to all my friends who've given me tips along the way. So they give me the insight how to do things. It helps me. And I bring all my own tools when I do the job. They're all battery powered. Works a dream. So it's easy. I just leave it in the field. It's not like I live in the thing while I'm doing it up. I just left it in the field, surrounded by cows. And then I just walk in there and work all day. And I look out the window as a cow looking in, wondering what the hell I'm doing.
Where's that?
Painting or renovating, taking it apart, renovating it, putting it back together again.
Fantastic, Ted.
Oh, bro, that's brilliant.
Where do you live, Ted?
Example, when I took the range hood off, found bloody little mouse bats in there, mummified. You know, they've been in there God knows how long. I managed to get in through the exhaust and down. So I redid the exhaust, drilled the rivets out, put a new mash in there so that nothing can go down. It's just an exhaust with a mushroom vent on the top. And then I obviously refurbished the range hood and everything. So it's just a question of the system. Yeah, all brand new now. It's beautiful.
Home away from home.
We're just stayed in a motel while I was working on the van.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing that now, caravans.
A lot of caravanning down here.
Because they can't go away too far. Can't go overseas.
It's a great holiday. Once it works, it's just brilliant. You sit there, and when it rains, you know, I sit in there. I got the little windows wound out, so they're like a little shelter on the sides. It's pissing down outside rain, and they said, you're sitting there, they're warm, fine, humid. Watch the box. I got a TV in there. It's like everything's there. It's just like
the Tapmobile, yeah.
Spend the money.
Actually, Ted,
Taffy knows about that.
Actually, Ted, we found these places where you can pay some money. They give you a room, and there's a mini bar, and there's room service, and you can go down to the dining room. Sort of beats the caravan, you know.
What are they called? What are they called, Macca?
I've always wanted a caravan.
The problem is my credit card is a bit of an issue when we leave.
Right, now, guys and girls, we've got the traffic lights up, so we're on a couple of minutes close down. But a couple of announcements. Obviously, at the end of this, the particular crew bar, Fruity has been in close contact with Oscar, with another Oscar tale of a story coming through, isn't there, Fruity?
Yes, there is. It's the first of the Orient line.
So very interesting. This will be a follow-on to the crew bar now. And for me, on a personal one, obviously great seeing everybody. In 2 weeks' time, it's Pat and myself. It's our Ruby wedding anniversary on this very day in 2 weeks' time.
Oh,
so
congratulations.
Which is great. This is good news for me. And Pat's still getting over it, as you know, it's not easy for her. But we'll be down in Cornwall. We're going down to a hotel at Tregenna Castle Hotel for the weekend. And coincidentally, it's the same hotel where my mum and dad went for their honeymoon in June 1951. So that's going to be a real special. hopefully, if I can, I will try and come on, but it might be brief because it might not be because on your
as long as you're not in
anniversary
your briefs.
morning.
Other things are planned.
Well, there are by me, but Pat might say just go away and do it, But
I will contact Brendan to fill in for you, Dave.
Oh, Brendan.
Well, actually, Dave, I believe there's a 40-year-old unpaid bar bill down in that hotel. Apparently, some bloke from Bristol did a runner.
Exactly. Thanks very much for that. Definitely.
70-year-old bar bill.
It'll be 70 because I was born in 51, Brendan. I'm 70.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, well done.
Well, congratulations, Dave. Well done. And Pat.
Cheers. Will do. Well, I will do. But hopefully, I'll be able to say hello. But if not, I'll be looking forward to seeing the crew bar in 2 weeks' time on our return.
Congratulations.
Okay,
Brilliant.
All the best, man.
All right.
Okay.
Well, look,
Bertie, Dave's
guys and girls, look, great news from you, Brad, and lovely seeing all of you. Absolutely. So we'll all give a wave as Colonel starts that wonderful music, and we'll see. Well, hopefully you'll be back in 2 weeks' time anyway, for sure. Take care for now.
See ya.
Bye.
Sit down on Leicester.
Cheers. Are you playing that music, Colonel?
Yeah. See what's it?
I love it.
Hello, everyone. This is Oscar from Ollie's Pocket with Oscar Tales. The Orient Line. The start. James Thompson and Company owned the Orient Line of sailing packets and took on a lad of 17 years old in 1797 to manage a ship for the company. The lad's name was James Anderson, and the ship he managed had a relative of his, Alexander Anderson, as its captain. This bright young man soon became a partner in the company. The first ship, called Orient, was launched in 1853 for the Australian trade and was a sailing ship of the type called clipper ships. A second clipper ship was called Murray and was bought in 1856. The company was renamed Anderson and Thompson in 1863. They bought two more sailing clippers, Kunato 1863 and Yatala in 1865. The company was renamed Anderson and Anderson and Company in 1889. A rival company, apart from B&O, on the Australian trade was R&H Green, who owned sailing ships called Blackwall frigates. They had the 1855 Agamemnon and later in 1873 Hesperus and the Aurora. Both companies operated their ships to Australia via the Cape, calling at Cape Town. Anderson and Anderson were also involved with operating sailing ships to the West Indies and South America. They also helped the start of the later famous Rio Tinto Company, by acting as a ship's broker. R&H Green sent their first steamship to Australia in 1872. Then Anderson and Anderson had a joint venture with R&H Green for a steamship called Easby in 1874. Later in the year, another joint venture with a ship called St. Aussie. In 1877, Anderson and Anderson chartered Lusitania, 3,825 tons, Chimborazo, 3,847 tons, and Cuzco, 3,845 tons from the PSN company with an option to buy, which they did at a later date. In 1878, Anderson and Anderson and Company and their partners, F. Green and Company, formed the Orient Steam Navigation Company Limited. The first ship purchased was the Garonne. In 1879, they ordered a brand new ship to their own design from the yard of John Elder and Company on the Clyde. She was the third largest ship in the world at that time, the largest being the Great Eastern, followed by the city of Berlin. She was single-screwed with a compound engine with 3 cylinders. She also had 4 masts, so to use sail in case of engine failure. In 1879, a fortnightly service was introduced on the Australia run. To achieve this, a joint venture with the PSN company was announced. The ships involved were 5 Orient vessels. They were Orient, Lusitania, Chimborazo, Garonne and Cuzco. Also 7 vessels of the PSN company. They were Aconcagua, Iberia, John Elder, Dorato, Liguria, Cotopaxi and Potosi. The following year, electric lights were fitted to Chimborazo. Also, in 1880, refrigeration was fitted in Orient. It was so successful that subsequently all Orient Lines ships were fitted with refrigeration very rapidly. And all ships had electric lights by 1893. In 1882, the next new ship that the Orient Line ordered, and again from John Elder and Company on the Clyde, she was called the Austral, and was the latest in all comfort and amenities, and even boasted a lift. Her public rooms were fitted with call buttons to summon a steward, and she boasted a steam launch of a new design on davits. However, on her second voyage, after a maiden voyage of great success, her service came to an abrupt halt. While coaling in Neutral Bay, Sydney, she developed a list. Her aft coaling ports were open and dipped under the water, and she rapidly filled with water and sank. In the process, she managed to drown several crew members. It took 3 months to raise her, and after temporary repairs, she went empty back to Great Britain to go into dry dock for a lengthy period to complete her refit. The cost of all this nearly bankrupted the Orient Line. With the Cotopaxi also under repair, and the Lusitania and Orient trooping for the government, the fortnightly service had not enough ships. So a charter of a Cunard ship was arranged. She was the Cephalonia, and she did 1 round trip to Australia and back. Subsequent steamships on the Australia service were the Ormuz, 1886, 6,000 6,081 tons, which had a double bottom. Arroyo, 1887, 6,057 tons. Orotava, 1880, 5,552 tons. And Aruba, 1890, 5,527 tons. In 1886, Lusitania, and in 1887, Cuzco were given new engines. They were the more modern triple expansion engines, and they also received new boilers. In 1889, the first of the Orient Line cruises were run. On the 12th of March 1889, the Chimborazo did a Mediterranean cruise of 37 days, and it was a huge success. So much so that she was joined by Garonne, and both ships ran on regular cruising, embarking their passengers from the London docks. In 1889, a new ship of 7,000 tons was put on order, the largest ordered to date. She was to be called the Ophir, but more of her next time. Well, that's all, folks, for this week. From Oscar. Oh, and always remember,
Nanomuya